Hey guys, good morning and welcome to my weekly cosmic weather forecast where I sit down with my cup of tea on Monday morning and invite you to do the same as we discuss the upcoming cosmic weather events for the week as they relate to astrology. I'm actually recording this from the island of Maui. Happy Monday from Maui, Aloha. Traditionally, Hawaii brings up a lot for me. I think possibly it does for everyone. It's such a powerful volcanic rock in the middle of such a vast powerful ocean, and ocean, of course, being the element water, there's a lot of emotion that, just like a volcano, likes to come up. So I've been working through that and experiencing all of that. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. It was a really powerful new moon we had yesterday on Sunday in Aries. Some of you might be feeling like an entirely new person, or like you've been given a shot at an entirely new start, as new moons are traditionally thought of as a time to plant seeds and initiate new intentions for the coming moon cycle. And Aries, of course, is also about beginnings and fresh starts. So really good new moon. I hope you guys set some intentions because I think it's a powerful time to initiate them. So yes, starting out this week, this is a really crazy week astrologically. We have a lot to cover. Monday we start out with the moon in Taurus. It'll be in Taurus for Monday and Tuesday. It's going to oppose Jupiter and Scorpio and form trines to Mars, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn. And this little Capricorn train we have going on right now, which is very intense. And with the moon in Taurus, our focus comes into value systems. And I've talked about this a little bit before, but I'll go into it in depth more now, as we do have the sun entering into Taurus this week as well. So Taurian themes are starting to surface. Taurus is about value systems because it's this phase of the soul's evolutionary journey where it takes on a physical body for the first time, or a physical avatar. It comes within a body and it starts to taste things, hear things, as this siren goes by, and experience life through the senses. So through these experiences, the being starts to attach meaning or values to these sensory experiences. In other words, saying, I like the way this tastes, I don't like the way that tastes. I like this type of music, I don't like this type of music. It starts to form its moral code systems, or the systems that it uses to decide what it likes and what it doesn't like. So that's why if you're a Taurus or you have a Taurus lover or friend, you probably know that Taurians tend to have very strong, fixed feelings about the things that they like and they dislike. If they like something, they know that they like it. And if they don't like something, they don't like it and they don't want it at all. So the really beautiful thing about this is that Taurus starts to make very clear boundaries and standards, and we can really learn a lot about that from Taurus, because when we have clear boundaries and standards for things, we can really call in self-respect and empowerment and keep things that we don't want within our field out as a result of having these boundaries and these strong moral code systems. Of course, the shadow of that is that Taurus can really firmly cling to these value systems and have a difficult time assimilating new information as it comes in, or bending or becoming fluid within these systems. So this is why Taurus is thought of as being stubborn or fixed in their standpoint, because truly they are. So Monday and Tuesday, with this opposition to Jupiter and Scorpio, and with the trines to all of the Capricorn, I think that we're going to be examining our value systems and how they relate to other people's. Because of the trine to the Capricorn, this might be how it relates to people that are in our lives in a position of authority, Capricorn. So this could be examining our likes and dislikes and how they relate to our parents' likes and dislikes, our boss, people that are in a position of authority above us, possibly the government, police, etc. So yeah, we're going to be comparing and contrasting our value systems with those of others, learning from it. A trine is a positive aspect, so I think we're going to be learning positively from others by examining our moral code systems as they relate to theirs. Taurus also rules money and finances because of this assigning value to things. Money, of course, is only paper until we assign value to it. Then it becomes valuable, it becomes currency. So you might have themes involving currency coming up this week, involving the transfer of funds between you and someone else, the acquisition of funds, or simply dreaming up new ideas to make positive financial moves within your life. So, next very powerful thing that happens on Tuesday is that Saturn goes retrograde. Dun, dun, dun. Yes. So, Saturn goes retrograde, and Saturn rules our responsibility, our commitments, and our long-term goals. So this is our career, our job, things that we've really committed to long-term, our legacy, etc. So like I've said, when a planet goes retrograde, it's a time to re-examine whatever themes this planet brings up. So some of us may experience having second thoughts or looking at things we've committed to under a new light. You may be committed towards working towards a career and suddenly find yourself not feeling as enthusiastic for some reason, having doubts about your path, or simply wanting to change direction. I think the important thing to understand within this Saturn retrograde, or any retrograde for that matter, particularly for the fixed signs that really like to know what direction they're going, this can feel a little bit threatening to stability and security. I think it's important to recognize that when a planet goes retrograde, this means rethink and review. It doesn't necessarily mean that we need to react. So if you're finding situations come up or feelings come up that are having you look at something you felt committed to in a different light where suddenly you're not feeling as committed, there's no reason to panic, there's no reason to fall into despair or feel like you're a flighty person that can't commit to anything. It's really for, our long-term planning. It's really for the best to do this review and examine it from all angles. That way, when Saturn goes direct again, which is when it's really time for action, we can recommit or continue to commit knowing that we've really examined this commitment from all possible angles. Moving forward into the week, Wednesday we have the moon go into Gemini, and on Thursday, like I said, we have the sun go into Taurus. So we are coming out of Aries month going into Taurus month, and this is very exciting. Taurus is an incredible month for self-love. Like I said, it's when the soul takes on a physical avatar for the first time. And that means that we're learning to care for our physical avatar. We're learning to care for our temple and understand its needs on a deeper level. So we're learning how to feed ourselves, nourish ourselves really well. We're learning how to care for ourselves, drink enough water, take care of our skin, make adjustments in our health regimens, and deepen our self-love practice. Self-love is something that's thrown around in terminology a lot, but it's one thing to conceptually understand self-love, and then it's a whole other thing to actually apply it. So if you've been neglecting areas of self-love in your life, the month of Taurus is an incredible month out of the year to really put some effort towards that and know that you deserve it. Like I said, Taurus is also finances, so this might be the month where you're able to really put some focus into manifesting some financial abundance. And that's really in alignment with self-love, as manifestation comes from having the self-empowerment and the self-love to know that you can generate anything that you want, really. And abundance comes in all different forms. Currency is one of them. It's just energy. So yeah, knowing that you're awesome and loving yourself enough to know that you deserve the luxury, the symbolic luxury, which is having your needs met and generating that financial abundance to make your dreams come true and doing it. It's that type of month. Aries is about initiating ideas and starting to walk down the path, planting the seeds, watching some of them sprout. Taurus is really about tending the symbolic garden and grounding enough to do so, and tending the pathways and pruning and watching these dreams really start to flower and blossom. So very exciting. Moving on to Friday, we have the moon go into Cancer, where it will remain for Friday and Saturday. So with the moon in Cancer, we have our focus shift to our security needs. This is sometimes the home space, or a place where we go in to feel safe. It's essentially our inner child's comfort. So this could be security that we find within a relationship, security that we find within a job, or security that we find within the place we call our home. So with this moon in Cancer, it's going to be forming an opposition to that Capricorn trine I was talking about, the Mars, Saturn, and Pluto. So it's going to be having us face some truths, perhaps harsh truths in some instances, regarding our security needs. So you might see certain things regarding your security transform. That's going to be further accentuated upon on Sunday when we have Pluto go retrograde. And Pluto is a very intense planet. So we have two very, very powerful planets going retrograde this weekend. So with the planet Pluto going retrograde, transformation is definitely on the horizon. Pluto is about transformation. It rules Scorpio, which, like I've said, is this phoenix through the fire archetype, really rising from the ashes, things having to die in order to be reborn. Pluto's also famous for bringing things from the underworld or the darkness up through the veil in order to be seen in the light and transmuted, sorted through, reflected upon, etc. So with this powerful, very mystical planet that rules also fated events and karma going retrograde, we can definitely expect some pretty powerful and symbolic occurrences to fill the atmosphere. So pay attention on Sunday. This Pluto is about power as well. So if you've been engaged in a relationship, partnership, or exchange with another human being that is toxic within its balance of power, if one person is in more power than the other, manipulating those energies, that sort of thing is going to be revealed. This is a time when secrets may be revealed. Also a time when addictions might be brought to the surface to be addressed, as addictions are something that have power over us. Like I said, issues of power being brought to the table to be addressed. So if there is an addiction or a compulsion that's really had you in its clutches for a while, Pluto retrograde on Sunday, I think, is a really good time to address that. If you've been looking for a good time to implement a change, Pluto retrograde might really assist you in that process, as it is about addressing issues of power and control and compulsions, etc. So yeah, enjoy Pluto retrograde. It's a very mystical planet, and it's so powerful, and any things that come up really, I think, are symbolic of the subtle whispers of our soul and the direction that our soul really wants to be going on, and things that it really needs to free itself from in order to kick off the anchors and swim to the surface. So yeah, powerful week with those two huge planets going retrograde. I think I'll stop it there. Speaking of Pluto, some of you may not know that the type of astrology I do is evolutionary astrology, and evolutionary astrology really does focus on your own unique natal planet Pluto within your birth chart, and using that, we look at the transformation that your soul is really here to accomplish during this lifetime on planet Earth, and looking at the lens that this transformation will occur through. Also looking at your north and south nodes and how Pluto factors into that direction as well. So if you're interested in having a look at your natal Pluto and your birth chart, do contact me. My information will be down below. I will be back to taking clients when I get back to the mainland from Maui in a few days. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to find me on Instagram, I'm on Instagram at earth_2_coyote. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great week, and I will see you in the next video.